Since last year's graduation, I have been waiting to see how the 2022 ceremony would go down. And I even had my bingo card ready to go. All of this based on what happened at the 2021 ceremony. And if you didn't see our episode about last year's graduation, I'll link that in the description below. Now I'm sad to report you all, I did not get bingo last night. In fact, the 2022 ceremony had a completely different vibe than last year. Do you all agree with me? Is Xavier starting to make some changes and do things differently? Because one thing I noticed is that a lot of the outrageous shenanigans that happened last year were not repeated. For example, when I look at the YouTube analytics for the episode, the high point was when the chairman of the board gave George a spank on the ass. But this year, on my bingo card, I did not get little George's ass or bad touch. In fact, the chairman of the board kept his hands to himself. Here he is, with his own hand on his own heart, rocking the Star-Spangled Banner, which, by the way, was not a disaster this time around. Now, the best part for me last night was when the Faculty of the Year went to Dr. Gopi. But he's looking a little sad. And in my opinion, I'm sad for him too, because the award was presented to Dr. Gopi, physiology professor. And as we learned in a recent episode that I'll link in the description below as well, Dr. Gopi is not just the physiology professor. Since the mass firing, he has been listed as having 4 jobs at Xavier. So I share in the outrage that only Dr. Gopi, physiology professor, was honored. And I think we need to honor the other Dr. Gopis that run this school. Dr. Gopi, USMLE review program, Dr. Gopi, curriculum chair, and Dr. Gopi, Dean of Basic Science. They should have all gotten an award. Now, you all know my favorite part of every XUSOM event is the Dubé speech. And I was disappointed because they benched Dr. Dubé. They didn't let him give his own speech this time. I was really upset that we weren't going to get an encore of the Doom University speech that went on to become an episode in itself. But they did let Dubé open his mouth. He got to be like an MC who all he had to do was read the script and transition from one speaker to the next. And he failed. Let's take a look at how Dubé welcomed the crowd.
Ceremony for the class of 2022. I am Dr. Arun Dubé.
Well, he got his name right, but he doesn't know what year it is. So I guess we can say Dubé is so future directed, he is 18,000 years ahead of everyone else. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, Michelle, give the guy a break. He made a little slip. We all make mistakes. But you all, he didn't just make this mistake one time. He messed up the year again. Let's take a look at his closing.
University School of Medicine, class of 2022.
2022, congratulations. You know, it's really a little concerning when the person running your entire curriculum can't pronounce a number. And what's even more concerning is he's the professor of pharmacology. Can you imagine saying take 20,000 milligrams when you're supposed to say take 2,000? So everybody, that wraps it up for this year's graduation. Congratulations to the class of 2022.